Meatbag, you're getting it already, so why don't you unfold and set up the table?
Oh my God!
Piece of shit. Did my wife send you?
All right. After I just did I powerbombed 3 dipshits into a table at once. I'm just kidding. I could never do that.
It was a reverse shield power bomb.
Yeah, reverse shield.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So, some fucking lots of wrestling news going on. Raw was very interesting this week. I want to kind of start there, obviously. At the beginning of the
let's
week.
talk about Raw.
So, United States Championship picture. We're looking at Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles. Now, this is beautiful. I'm right?
No, it was Bobby Lashley versus Ciampa.
It was
Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa won.
Right, but next week.
No, the number one contendership.
Oh, yeah. I thought you was...
But next week, Styles is going to have a match with Bobby Lashley. That was kind of what I was referring to.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
he
I
got
think
that
confused.
into the title picture.
I got that confused. My apologies. Yeah, Ciampa.
Spoiler.
I know, right? Ciampa and Lashley had a pretty good match.
I liked it.
I liked it. It's kind of like seeming like Ciampa is doing this like babyface thing when he's like side by side with Miz, which is a heel. So it's kind of like it's a little bit of a disconnect for me personally.
The rumor is that they're going to be shit canning that soon.
Yep.
That's going away.
And
Yeah.
It's Triple H's world.
Yeah.
now. We're all just living in it.
Hunter
Yeah,
is
we
running
just-
shit
yeah.
right now. And I think the consensus is that this is not working. Like, why do we have this fucking guy who is just money? And don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of The Miz. I do like The Miz, but
Sure.
I don't see any reason to have fucking Tommaso Ciampa with him. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I mean, and
so.
he's gone online and been like, anybody that thinks that I don't go with The Miz is clearly not a fan of mine because, you know, the guy's earned his respect and paid his dues.
He
got
has.
to adopt.
He has.
And
And
it's
he
like,
has.
I get
But
that.
that's not-
But way to
Sorry.
you know, like, just to try to backpedal online or whatever, you know, like, clearly it's the character clash. It has nothing to do with your guys' integrity and fucking respect for each other, right?
Integrity farm.
You know,
Integrity.
You know, it's like it's about the characters. Like
Yeah.
the Miz
Yeah.
is like a loud, obnoxious Hollywood loudmouth.
Correct.
Tommaso Ciampa is I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Absolutely.
You know.
You said it, buddy.
Like,
Yeah, so so yeah, for me personally, a little bit of a disconnect, and but it I know I kind of skipped past that match. We all kind of expected Lashley to win that match, anyways.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see AJ Styles versus Lashley, and everybody was bitching about AJ fucking doing the run-in. But the thing is that's old school Attitude Era method where somebody will come run in, and since he's a noble motherfucker doing noble ass shit,
Yeah.
he gonna get a title match next
Yeah.
week.
Well, and I think the beauty of AJ
And
Styles.
I like that. It makes
Yeah.
shit make sense, dude.
The beauty of AJ Styles is that he is capable of working with fucking anybody.
Anybody.
And
Yeah.
he's proven it.
And-
on either
and
side
at
of the fence
yeah.
too. He could be heel or
He
face.
And
has
that-
proven it over and over and over, which is why AJ Styles
That's
is
what
my
anybody
is my
means.
favorite wrestler, dude. Like, he can fucking work with anyone.
And at this point,
No, I mean like he can be heel or face.
Yeah,
Work with anyone.
Yeah.
Is that
Heel
weird?
or face.
heel or face.
Yeah, man.
you stone fuck.
Yeah.
Rhodey's just trying to correct me
And-
when he's wrong.
What? Whatever. Fuck you.
And not just
Anyone.
AJ either. Bobby Lashley as well. Bobby is
Yeah.
really, like, he's a fucking craftsman when it comes to this shit, dude. He is a great pro wrestler. Bobby Lashley is a great pro wrestler, and I will say that.
he gets the mic and he kind of talks like this. He's like,
He doesn't need a
Brock
mouthpiece,
Lesnar's the
dude.
same way, though.
Bobby
You're
Lashley.
Brock
Lesnar's-
Lesnar. You're Brock
Lesnar-
Lesnar talk.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when Lesnar talks
I think
because
he's- yes.
Brock Lesnar is a goddamn man of the people in 2022.
I like-
You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying? He is. And Bobby Lashley, I have
Never
so
thought
much
I'd
respect
hear
for him.
him say that.
And I think he's so goddamn good. Like
Right.
Brock Lesnar, a beast like Brock Lesnar. He doesn't need to speak like Brock Lesnar.
Like Rhodey just said real quick, who would have thought it's 2022 and here we are saying like Brock Lesnar is a man of the people.
Go back
Like-
5-6 years ago, and we hated Brock
And
because he
I-
was a main eventer.
And that, the
And
thing
he wouldn't
about
show up
him,
unless it was for WrestleMania, and now he's on every week, fucking whooping ass,
Hugging
well,
babies.
The
Yeah.
disconnect
Chucking
with
babies.
hugging babies.
F5 to a baby.
The disconnect with Lesnar has always been that collegiate fucking world champion, badass, beast motherfucker. And now he's coming in like a dude from Minnesota. A dude that with long hair and a fucking beard and
farm
works on a farm, doesn't have shit. I mean, and fucking Lesnar has said this 1,000 times. He's a minimalist. Like, the dude does not need much. Like, and he's like, I've got my fucking farm. I hang out with my family. I raise my kids. Fucking, I don't need much of anything to be happy. He ain't a Hollywood fucking guy. Like, Lesnar's not living in some mansion in Beverly Hills. Like,
It's in Canada.
he's a regular. He lives in Minnesota, bro.
I thought it was in Canada.
No,
It's basically.
It's
almost
it's
Canada.
really close. Like I've listened to him on a few podcasts recently this year, and he bounces back and forth from Canada.
Yeah.
Probably crosses the border all the
Dude,
time.
yeah,
It's
he
right
probably
there.
has
It's probably the
close.
closest town is in
I bet
Canada.
probably
has-
throw a fucking rock and hit the goddamn border from where he's at.
He
I
could
bet
probably hit
has-
the moon, dude.
He like invested in farming and shit a lot. So I'm sure he probably has a farm in Canada as well as Minnesota. you know.
But he's just a regular guy, and that's what people
Fuck
can connect with fucking Lesnar. Like,
Brock
Yeah.
you know what? Moral of the story: Brock Lesnar is a man of the people.
he is.
So, speaking of
We the people?
of nobodies,
Oh,
Why do you look at me when he said that?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up,
Why'd you
dude.
look at me when
That's
you
your,
said it?
That's your co-host,
I'm your
bro.
fucking co-host, you dickhead.
because I know you're gonna have a lot to say.
How was your week, Rody?
Why don't you just spit it out already, dude? Fuck.
How do you
How
guys
was your
feel about?
fucking week?
How do you guys feel about the Jake
why don't
Paul?
you just tell us it was a bad
Just
week?
tell us how your fucking week was.
How much did he spend on that Pokemon card?
Dude, I don't know, like a fucking $1 million.
No,
How much
it
is
was
that thing
way
worth?
more than $1 million.
Wait, who fucking
it was
bought a
like,
Pokemon
It was
card?
like
Jake
400
Paul
million or something. Like
Johnny Paul or
Jake
4
Paul.
million.
Johnny Paul.
Paul.
Paul, Big Paul. Yeah,
Dude,
no, how do you
so-
guys feel about him?
and he
being
wears-
in
He spent $1
any-
million on a Pokemon card?
No. He spent like 4 million or 400 million or something.
Was this
fucking
like an
crazy
original
shit.
Mewtwo or some shit?
No,
It
it's a
was like
fucking Pikachu,
So
dude.
guys, listen to
much
this.
did he spend
All
on it?
right, Logan Paul's
Logan Paul. Okay.
Logan
Same
Paul,
thing.
who's in the WWE.
kind of Paul.
His Pokemon card that he has that is infamous that he wears around his neck
It's a trainer
To
card
fighting.
too.
He wears it around his neck?
Around
Bro,
his
Yeah.
neck.
to fights and stuff. Listen to me.
He wore it out to WWE.
This is a ultra rare. Oh my god. A 1998 holographic Pikachu Illustrator card, and we're talking this thing is worth $5.3 million.
Boom, dude.
Damn.
Can you? Are you fucking kidding me? Like
that's a
So
flex.
there's a video of
That's
him.
that is a
That's a
flex.
flex.
That
There's
is
a video
flex.
of him online getting it like put around his neck on a gold chain and shit, right, in the card holder case. And there's a guy that's like basically appraising it, saying like, you know, Logan Paul here has just paid blah 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 for this Pokemon card. For the rarest Pokemon card on Earth, he paid this much money. And when he says the amount of money, Logan Paul looks at the camera and he's like, ooh, like, I did that on a fucking Pokemon card. But you know what? When you have that kind of money, you
Yeah.
have that kind of
If you-
fucking money.
It's a
Dude,
hell of
even
a
if
flex.
I had that
But
kind
he-
of money, I'm not spending $5 million on a fucking Pokemon.
So
Like,
his gear like matches Pikachu, and
Yeah,
like he wears
yeah.
the card to the fucking ring. I'm like, that's kind of cool. It's
kinda
but
wild.
still, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. fuck you.
It's a super flex.
$5 million on a Pokemon card.
And then there's people online going, you know, Logan Paul is actually pretty good in the ring, but nobody wants to say that. And I'm like,
Well, that's what I'm trying to like,
he's
get
not
to.
bad in the ring though. That
How do you
match
guys
was
feel
good
about
in the
that match
ring.
was actually really good.
He's good in the ring.
I was impressed.
But here's another thing. Miz is great in the ring. So
Correct.
you have somebody who's good in the ring and somebody who's
Yeah.
great in the ring. It's a recipe
but
for greatness.
I mean, if
Yeah.
he stays for 5-10 years, who knows where he'll be? You know,
He signed a multi-year deal. as far as
Multi-year
I know.
deal, and he's going to show up maybe 3 times a year. That's what I think.
Which is
but I
cool.
mean,
It'll
if
be
he
3 to
breaks a
4 times
contract,
year.
that's like wiping his ass with some money.
Yeah,
Like,
he don't
Yeah,
break a
he
contract.
wouldn't
He
give
can
a
afford it.
fuck. But I don't.
The Paul
he's
brothers
really
can
in-
both afford it.
But the thing is, it seems like he's really into it, dude. Like he's very happy and very proud to be a WWE superstar.
So before I sit here with my arms crossed and go, man, he's not a wrestler, I'm gonna say, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll give it. We'll give it.
well,
like 5
anyways,
years.
I think that's a great way to end talking about Raw because we know what's going on with the championship title picture. It's not going anywhere. That belt's staying on Roman. They're doing some Bruno shit right
Yeah,
now.
we said
that's
it,
and I
another thing
love
that can
it.
be for the
I
next 5
fucking
years.
love it. Yeah.
We said it last week, but again, shouts out to fucking Hunter for making the U.S. title feel important again.
Yep,
Immediately.
okay, yeah.
Shouts out to Hunter because that is
immediately
fucking
One
carried
show.
around.
One show.
One
It was that
promo.
one promo.
One
dude.
promo.
But he's
and
done
I
it
cared
2
about
weeks
it.
in a row now.
One
He
promo.
did it on
One
Monday.
promo.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hang the U.S. title in here.
We should.
Okay.
You down with that?
You know, fucking.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I was totally kidding.
It's
So
not even the same one.
I know. Let's. Oh, I know. The new one is kind of fucking. It looks like a goddamn Air Force badge.
It looks like
I
the
hate
front
the
of
new
a
one.
Cadillac.
I hate it.
It looks like it looks like a Cadillac. Like yeah.
Yeah.
It should be a,
Bradalac?
the,
No.
Oh
No.
no, the
No,
Bradalac was. I get it. Anyways, we're moving on. Let's get into some AEW.
Way to make it depressing.
AEW was on Wednesday. We got a pretty damn good AEW Dynamite.
Dude.
Yeah.
Only 2 of us watched
It,
it.
dude, it
Yeah,
opened.
I watched like the first 20 minutes, I think.
Well, dude, what a first 20 minutes because it opened with the fucking coffin match between Brody King and
That
Darby
was
Allin.
that was one of the best matches I've ever seen.
I want to
Dude,
hear.
top-
I want to
Top
hear.
10 best matches ever.
I want to hear what Brody thought of that match because Brody fucking had some pretty strong words for it in the chat.
Strong.
Well, strong words for the first 5 minutes.
Okay, so first off, there's fucking first 5 minutes. There's color already. It's just color everywhere. I get it. It's a coffin match. I don't think there should be color in a coffin.
It was
match.
that skateboard. Yeah.
I think that was a match that could have been done properly
God.
without color.
Yeah, but it's a coffin match.
I
You
think
want that
fucking
shit to be
coffin
hardcore.
match.
Dude,
Done
listen,
properly.
listen. No.
A
Here,
good old
let-
classic
Let me try to
coffin match.
Let me try to help you. Let me try to help you make sense of this. Darby needed an advantage. He did.
No, I get that.
Brody is a much bigger dude than him. He's much stronger. Darby had to come out, and he did too. And
why
Darby
I'm glad
came out
we have
of
Brody on the
fucking
show.
nowhere, like always, dude.
I'm just saying. I just don't.
You're
Darby
colorblind.
I can still see red. The fuck?
Listen,
Jesus.
Media is trying to present an articulate and well thought out point, and fucking we're talking about how Brody's colorblind.
yeah.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Listen to him.
It's Darby. Darby is a much smaller guy than Brody. He needed to get the advantage on him. That's why he came out doing his crazy shit that he usually does, where Darby just shows up out of nowhere and fucking takes you out. And then he's got a skateboard full of thumbtacks, and that's where
Which
the
was
blood.
awesome. It
that's
was
where the
awesome.
blood kind of came into play. But I'm gonna follow up on your point right now. I agree with you. Why?
Whoa.
Because I think that if the world title match is gonna have color, that opening match doesn't need color. It's just
That's what I was-
it's
point.
just
That was
too
his
much
point.
That's what I was
color
trying to
on
get
the
to.
show.
That was
So
Brody's point.
Those
Save
four
one.
need to get together and figure out what the fuck's going on, or they all just need to know that John
You
Moxley.
need to tell your boy, John Moxley, to stop fucking bleeding
Yeah.
every time he fucking farts, dude.
Yeah, so that was where I was going too. Is they need to just know, like, automatically assume, oh, John's in the main event, he's gonna bleed. Let's,
Did anyone
should.
else like?
I
and
don't
I
care.
mentioned it in the
I
chat
love
when
the
I was
blood.
watching that match. Like, but that
maybe
stiff shot from fucking Brody King to fucking Darby when they were on the outside. Darby goes for the fucking to swing at his head with the thumbtack fucking skateboard, and then Brody fucking wham, like fucking
Oh,
catches
shit.
him. Catches him with his goddamn forearm right.
You probably
to the
told
head.
him, like, don't hold back.
Oh, it was stiff. It was super stiff. I went.
So, you just reminded me of a point that I was trying to make earlier, so thank you. Brody King, you can hear him, like, audibly go, oh, fuck. Like, right after, like, he, like, hits the coffin, like, on the outside. Like, you can see, like, his back, like, hit the corner or something,
Yeah.
and he's just like, fuck.
You can see the tacks in his fucking back. Like tacks
Yeah.
are all hanging out of his back.
Like, it was authentic.
it was
Yeah.
the tax in the belly that did it for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Secondly,
Brutal.
real quick, I said this in the wrestling chat. I don't know who all got to see it, but how many like real fights in person in front of you have you seen in your life?
a lot. Seen quite a
5 to 10.
That's
maybe.
where I'm at. Maybe
5 to 10.
If they last, how long do they last? Do they last over 5 minutes?
30 seconds.
Yeah, it's
30 to
really
45
quick.
Seconds.
It's really quick.
If
usually
they
not
do
very
last
long.
is there blood?
I've seen one or two that had blood, that had color.
Out of
maybe.
10?
Maybe one or two.
You've seen
My-
some bitch ass fights,
Maybe
bro.
one or two.
Bro,
Stop that.
my brother headbutted me one time and broke my nose, and blood was everywhere. That shit happened in 5 seconds.
5
Yeah, but KB's
How many
also
fights have you seen?
It's got to be 2.5
I know you were.
seconds,
I know you
dude.
know where I'm going with this, but just
KB
answer
is
my
also
question.
a
Just
fucking
to-
Hulk.
He's a
dude.
beast.
He's a Hulk.
out of the handful, how many people like bled?
Majority of them. A lot of them.
You remember that night that we seen 2 of our friends fight in another friend's garage, and like I don't know if you were even there though.
I don't think. Oh, I was not there, but I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about, though.
and there was blood everywhere, and it was just like a fucking like a rear naked choke. And that's all that what happened in the fight. was, like,
Because
some scuffling and a
everybody's
rear naked
fucking
choke.
drunk and their blood is so thin, and then they scrape a little bit and they just bleed.
Yeah.
Well,
everywhere.
not only that,
fair
but when
point.
you're like
Fair
when
point.
you're like high, like when your blood heart is pumping fast,
Yeah.
you're pumping blood out, you know.
Yeah.
So, in a real fight, chances of blood happening in less than 5 minutes are like very high.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sit on that.
I get your
That's the
fucking
Real
point.
fight feels.
I
folks.
get your
And
point.
Sit
so
on
you're
that.
saying-
He
So you're
says.
saying every
Sit
match should
on
have color
that.
then?
I get his point.
You're saying every match should have color then?
No,
No, definitely.
Or
not.
every.
but I'm
every-
saying they should have more color than not if they're trying to go for a real fight feel. Have you seen a UFC match? How many times is there blood on that? A lot.
Yeah, just about every.
Yeah,
fucking
just about
fight.
all of them.
Okay.
Not all of
Do you-
them, but a lot of them.
fucking color again on UFC.
No, I can't.
Fuck.
That is,
Color.
that's different.
They're bleeding again because they're fighting.
That's different though.
Fuck.
That's different though.
Okay. Did you watch a Avengers movie and then like one of them's got blood after the fight on their face?
Oh, he's got fucking Iron Man's fucking forehead is cut again. The thing is, that's a valid argument right there.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you.
It is.
Now if I could gently mic drop.
Oh no, pick that thing back up. We still got like.
I just know I had to make a
We
point.
still got
Mic
like
drop.
10 minutes of this shit left. You better
Oh
pick
my
that
God.
up.
No, it's just a mic. It was a mic drop moment.
I know. I
Oh,
get your
shit,
point.
that was good. Oh my God. How
Anyways.
was your week, Rody?
What else happened on
I'm
Dynamite?
Huckleberry Finn Balor today, dude. Check me out.
Anyone catch the Jericho's spot call?
No, but I
Right
also
before he went over the ropes.
I also didn't watch anything
Jericho is
after
so bad
the
with that.
Darby and Brody match.
Jericho's so bad with that.
He's like, "Give me right here."
Like he
And
just
everything
almost
just
doesn't
played
give
out.
a fuck.
Well,
Like-
at this point, Jericho is 30 plus years into his career, so he probably gives less of a fuck now than
About
he
a
did
fourth wall.
20, 25 years ago. Like, you'll get those points in matches where you can see guys fucking calling spots. Like, I mean, it happens
Yeah.
in
No, but he was like,
almost every match. And it's usually some head fucking lockup where they kind of go like this, like fucking to say something.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to it. Like, fucking. But it happens all the time. Jericho just kind of like, whatever, just fucking hit me right there, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't watch the rest of it, so I don't know what the fuck happened. Somebody else talk about
No,
it.
well,
don't
we
know.
had fucking Lionheart.
Yeah, I did see that. I did.
"Let's talk about that then."
I did see Jericho come out as the Lionheart, and I was like, all right, that's fucking dope. And for those that don't know, Lionheart is basically his original gimmick. Like his first gimmick in America. Fucking Mexico was Corazon de Leon. Like that was the Mexico gimmick, and then he became Lionheart in the U.S.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's his OG gimmick, his classic gimmick, his heart.
came out with the OG
heart
gear.
Heart Dungeon gimmick.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's the whole thing. Oh, he went, Jericho.
That wasn't his OG. You know he couldn't fit into his OG.
Not
gear.
no. Well, the old colors, Brody.
I mean,
Fucking the
it
original
kind of looked like it
colors.
didn't really fit that well. So maybe it was.
Well, shouts out to Jericho because he's probably in the best shape I think he's ever been in. Fucking
Yeah.
legit.
Well, I mean,
Like,
dude, if you ask me, it looks like he's slowly gaining that shit back because
Well,
like a month ago he was like shredded.
well,
like, you
that's
could
what
grate
happens
cheese on
when
his
you
abs.
spend 90% of your time fucking sitting in the goddamn hot tub and drinking champagne.
Yeah.
Like fucking
Little bit of the bubbly.
Little bit of the bubbly.
Excuse me, I had to take care of some
But
adulting.
no, man,
no,
he
you're
came,
done.
No
he
problem.
came out with the Lionheart gimmick. I mean, the whole thing was he is the last survivor of Stu Hart's fucking dungeon, which I mean, a lot of people went through the dungeon. Not since Stu died, obviously, but didn't Edge and Christian go through the dungeon?
Yes.
Edge and
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
almost positive.
Yes.
Ed, maybe not Christian, but I know Edge
Yes.
did. Edge went through the dungeon.
Yes.
What was that, Meatbag?
So why are they calling Jericho the last survivor of the
Ask
Heart
Daniel
Dungeon?
Bryan what I just said.
I feel pretty.
Not Bryan Danielson, but Daniel Bryan.
I feel pretty confident that Edge went through the dungeon. I'm pretty confident about that. Where the hell's Edge from?
Canada?
No shit. What part of Canada is it? Like Toronto or Vancouver?
Toronto,
or
I think it's
A little town called.
How many-
Alberta.
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 Calgary. No,
Calgary.
Isn't
Calgary
it Calgary,
is,
Alberta?
Yeah,
Calgary, Alberta. That's
Canada.
Bret Hart's from fucking Calgary. I don't know about. I don't know.
Fucking pull out your fucking phone and
Yeah.
look. You
We all
piece
got
of
little
shit.
mini
Yeah.
computers in
Yeah.
our pocket.
God, we're
and
fucking pros here on this
We're all
podcast.
talking about all this stuff, but
I can't
nobody's
fucking
Where's
remember,
fucking
dude.
CJ to look that shit up for us, dude?
I can't remember.
Fucking
Where is-
rundown.
Where is Edge from?
The rundown with Silva is literally on the other side of this glass.
Ontario.
Just ask his guy.
Ontario.
That's what it is.
Said.
I knew we
That's
were
the
all
first
wrong.
thing I said.
All right, so Edge and Christian are both from fucking Ontario.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what I
because
said.
Those guys have been
I
friends since
said
they were.
Canada.
Right.
Those guys have been friends since they were what, 14 years old or some shit, like Edge and Christian.
A lot of years.
Shit, I'm gonna stop just like spitting out facts that we don't know.
You didn't even
So
say.
you could-
Did you say Ontario?
Yes,
Bullshit.
I agreed with it. I didn't know for sure.
I didn't even.
He
you
said Ontario.
Yeah, I didn't like present it. I think Meatbag said it first, and I was like, "Yeah, Ontario."
I did not say
I was like,
Ontario
you didn't
first.
say Ontario.
Oh no, he said I don't know what the fuck.
I
Meatbag
thought- I
said.
thought I said Alberta
I said
first,
Toronto.
I don't
You
know.
guys are assholes.
I'm just like,
Anyways, so that's AEW's been great.
yeah, dude. What we're trying to say.
What? Somebody explain to me what happened with the Undisputed Elite because I didn't see it. What happened?
You
with
didn't
that?
see that
I
part?
didn't see anything. Like,
Oh my god! Do you even watch wrestling?
I watched Raw
Brody.
this week, and then I was like, you know what, dude?
You take it.
Dude,
You take
okay,
it.
I don't understand how your brain is like, oh, Raw was good, so now AEW sucks.
That's not what I said, though.
like just how your brain works.
But I told you on Friday, no, Thursday, I was like, all right, dude, I turned it on, and then I got busy at work, and then I just forgot to turn it back on. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
dude.
I'm not gonna.
That's
didn't watch
that's
SmackDown
usually what
either.
happens when I'm super interested in something too. Is I just totally fucking forget about.
I watched
watching
3
the
hours
rest
of
it.
Raw, and I was like, you know what? I don't
That's
need
enough
any more
wrestling.
wrestling this week. No more wrestling this week.
Yeah,
I'm good.
dude.
I watched Raw for 3 hours.
I don't
got my
know.
3 hours in. I'm good.
I'm defending AEW right now because they're a lot of their big name talent is gone, so they're
I
kind
still
of
love
they're
AEW.
kind
I
of building
still
up
do.
their undercard right now.
Well-
So they have like people like the Gun Club and
Orange
fucking
Cassidy,
Acclaimed
fucking-
are fucking really killing
Shouts
it right
out to
now.
Max Caster because he's fucking awesome. He's
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome.
Well, that was up until after the successful title defense by Jon Moxley, after that badass fucking match that we seen between him and the Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
Yep.
We seen the surprise return of CM Punk. No leaks.
No.
No fucking
Nothing.
nothing.
Nope, nothing.
Complete surprise. dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? It ruined it for me because I fucking logged on to Instagram, dude.
Well, I'll tell you what. I did see something.
If I
Damn.
wouldn't have done that, I would have actually been surprised.
I did see
Yeah.
something from last week that somebody commented on the fact that they saw CM Punk in an airport. Didn't have no crutches, didn't have a fucking cast on, didn't have any of that shit. Punk was just walking around the goddamn
Oh,
airport.
way to
So,
sell it, Punk, you
yeah.
piece of shit.
I did see
You piece
that.
of shit.
Did see that.
I've been saying that for years.
Listen here, Phil.
Phil.
You,
Listen here,
Filthy
Phil.
Phil.
if you're gonna be out on injury, you walk around at airports with fucking crutches and casts. You fucking dog
Do
turd.
it in your fucking band march. Listen here, Phil, you fucking shit ass.
That's pretty good.
You're ready to piss shit, ass wipe.
That's pretty good, dude. That's a pretty good one.
No, let's go back to what I said before fucking Meaty jumped on to Punk shit. Fucking what happened with the Undisputed Elite?
Oh, you were supposed to
You just
take it
gotta watch
away.
it, dude.
You were supposed to say something.
Brody, tell
Oh
him.
yeah, I don't know, dude. I didn't watch.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh my god, dude. So
I can.
Did
I can
somebody
explain.
fucking see it?
I just wanted to hear. I just got
okay,
done speaking,
all right.
so I wanted to.
Here we have. I'll explain it to you. So you know how, obviously, Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly, like the 2 weeks ago, Dynamite.
I saw that.
Okay.
That I saw. I didn't
All
see
right.
this last
so
week.
this week, everybody is expecting the Bucks and Hangman to team up against them, right?
Correct.
So the Bucks go and they find Hangman hanging out with Dark Order, and they're like, "Hey, man, fucking basically like talking them up. Like,
Let's be friends again.
Let's be friends again. We had good old times. Da 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 da. Like when we're together, we're unstoppable. Blah 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 blah. All the bullshit. And Hangman turned him down.
No shit.
He said no. He said I think you guys are better off with somebody who never like crossed you or turned their
Enter
back,
Kenny Omega. That's yeah. I can already see where that's going.
Well, the end of the segment though. The guy behind the camera was like, I think they may be talking about me, guys. And they're like, shut up, Brandon.
No, this is all, and I didn't even see it, but I can comment on it because we all know where it's going. This is all alluding to the massive return of the cleaner of
please
Kenny
do it right.
Omega.
Please do it well.
Because Kenny Omega, in my mind, is
I fucking hope so.
top 3
Dude, Kenny
in
Omega
the world.
versus CM Punk for the title. Oh, take my fucking house.
Kenny Omega is top 3 in the world, in my opinion. And you got to think about it. He was having 5-star matches with all of those injuries. One of his fucking arms didn't even work, and that motherfucker is still having 5-star matches.
Bangers.
So for the cleaner to come back injury-free, come back
I would
healthy.
argue. Listen, I'm not
it's gonna
taking
be
away
good.
from his matches at all in AEW, but I would argue that he hasn't even had a 5-star match yet.
Oh,
in
Danielson?
AEW.
Omega versus- Omega versus Danielson.
I'd have to
Disagree.
I'd put it
Heavily
maybe
disagree.
that's the only one that could be a 5-star match. But what I'm saying is, now that he's back at 100,
No. I know what you mean. Like Kenny Omega at 100%. Fucking
we haven't seen shit yet.
We
Solos,
That guy
not
is
tag
sensing
team,
being-
because him and Hangman did have a 5-star
They had a
match
5-star
with
match.
the Bucks at
Yeah.
Revolution. But that's not solo Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
what he was made
I'm talking
famous
cleaner.
for.
He's
Like,
talking
we have
about the
not seen the
cleaner at
cleaner.
100%. He's talking about
and
Kenny
I'm
Omega.
with you, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That I agree with.
I have to.
That I
That's
agree
all
with.
I meant. That's
No,
what I said. I'm not
I
taking
know
away
what
from him.
I know exactly what you meant, and I agreed with you
Yeah.
for sure.
100%.
You get Kenny Omega back in top shape, he's going to be the best wrestler in that company. That's what I think. I mean, Danielson aside, because Danielson is maybe the best wrestler in the world, but Omega's right there with him.
Yeah.
Omega is right there with Danielson.
I
He
can't
is
wait to
just
see
as
those
good.
two tie up once Kenny's
Again.
back.
Yeah.
But we're going to get CM Punk versus Kenny
Yeah,
Omega
that
at
too.
some point down the line.
That too, man. And Punk is warmed up. I mean, he's had a little injury, but he got back into like GOAT mode. You got to and got that
imagine.
title.
You've got to imagine that Kenny's going to go after the fucking world title again at some point. Like Omega will go back after the world championship, and what better fucking match for him to have for the world title? And he may not win because I expect Punk to have the belt for about a year. I would say about 8 to 10 months, maybe 12 months. Punk will have the fucking belt. Like he's going to have it for a while, but he's going to lose it eventually. I mean, would you put Omega up there? You know, seeing that he's already a past world champion. Like, I mean, there's been what, five world champions in AEW history. 5 of them. So it's what
As
Jericho,
what, the greatest champion in AEW?
just 5 world champions is all there's been. It's been fucking Jericho, Moxley,
Hangman.
Omega, Hangman, Punk. Yeah, 5 world champions. So. I mean, you can't do a top 5. Who are the top 5 best world champions in fucking AEW? There's only been 5.
Yeah,
They
it's
are.
hard to say.
There's only been 5.
Well,
It's not that hard.
good Wednesday night nonetheless. Anything to talk about from Friday? I didn't pay too
I
much
saw
attention
the first
on
match.
Friday.
I saw the tag match. Like, well, they're doing the quarterfinals for the women's tag team championships because H already brought that shit back.
Right.
Vince dropped it. Triple H brought it back, and
that
you've
shit
got to give him
Nice.
again. Shouts out to fucking Hunter, man.
Yeah,
Like,
making
he's
us
cleaning
care.
it up,
it.
dude.
Yeah,
He's cleaning it up.
He's
And
cleaning
I
up.
want to talk
about the
about
cleaner.
Call him the
about
cleaner,
some of
yeah.
the shit from the last week because there's been so much shit that they've been talking about Hunter-wise and what he's been doing. Fucking giving characters their original fucking names back. Dropping, like Doudrop came out and she said that was a Vince idea. And
Yeah.
I've been talking to Hunter about changing my name.
Yeah, that name
Dewdrop sucks,
dude.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
that
I think it's
sucks.
like you've said before on the show. Vince was just stuck in like the 50s, 60s, and
Yeah.
70s all at the same time.
Give
Just
them
thinking
a
all
single
this shit
name.
is gonna
Don't give
work.
them they're not allowed to have a first and a last name. And I never
just
understood that.
All these like pay-per-view names and shit that just don't work.
Like, I mean,
You know?
you got
Sucks.
Karrion Kross is a guy that had just an unbelievable run on NXT, which we gotta. If we want to talk about that for a second, fucking Freddie Prinze Jr., which
Shut up.
no, Freddie Prinze
No,
Jr.
he's-
was actually a hell of a writer for
He was,
WWE.
for
He was a
Ruthless
great writer.
Aggression, He was,
He was a writer.
yeah, one of the
And
main
he's a
writers.
great writer. Fucking so Freddie Prinze Jr. says he's going to be starting his own company, his own wrestling fucking company. He said that his star attraction was going to be Karrion Kross, like Killer Kross. Like
Yeah.
that was going to be his attraction. He says him and fucking Kross were really good friends. Yeah. But he said once Hunter took over, Kross hit him up and he goes,
Nope.
"Hey man, I need to talk to you for a second." So he says he got on the phone with him, and apparently Freddie was totally cool about it. He was like, "Dude," he goes, "I fucking told him if WWE is knocking on the door again, you gotta go back,
Yeah.
dude. Like you have to go back."
And look at where he is now. He's in a championship
Ti-
title
title
picture,
picture,
with
like-
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So,
What about Rampage? What do you want to say?
I wanted to talk about Rampage, but you go first, Rody.
No, I was just gonna say with him being in the. You think it's a good idea for him to come straight to the title
Yes.
position?
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
Even though
if
he's gonna
you
lose
want-
it?
Yes.
Because it's already
If-
been too late for him.
Yes, and if you,
You know,
want him to
almost.
be considered a true player, you need to put him in the true player
Well,
picture.
I'm just saying, you know he's gonna lose.
We don't know that though. Hunter's changing things, man. We don't know shit.
I mean, yeah, you're
But
right
even
there.
if he loses, bro, like he's still a main event player.
Yeah.
He
No,
went,
no,
he
I-
had a title shot.
I
Like
get-
he
I
can
get
come
that.
back.
I get that.
Karrion Kross was one of the, and I mean, you got to look at if you look at NXT as a
Same,
whole,
dude.
and you look at the names that came out of NXT. There have been so many fucking guys that have come through there and just been the top guy in NXT. But Karrion Kross is one of those guys. Well, like one of the top guys that NXT ever produced, and he went to the main roster, and Vince fucking ruined him. He ruined him immediately. So now fucking Hunter's in the fucking driver's seat. Hunter's taking shit over, and apparently he was one of the first guys that Hunter called. And he sat there and said, "Come back. I'm going to put you in the main event. I'm going to put you where you belong. I'm going to give you your old name back. I'm going to fucking put Scarlett out there with you. This is how you should have been presented from the get-go." And it's like, dude, fuck yeah, man. Like,
Fucking yelling at me.
I'm really excited about the changes that Hunter's making. I'm really excited about where he's taking it. Like, he's made WWE something worth watching again.
And I think
Yes.
we all can agree on that. And we definitely got to move forward because we're running short on time. Let's talk about some Rampage.
I just have some things to graze over with
I
Rampage. really,
definitely
'cause
I love
it wasn't
AEW.
a. It
I didn't
wasn't
watch
a-
it. You guys talk about
It
it.
wasn't like a holy shit amazing show, you know. Like Rody and I were just kind of sitting there, like watching it and kind of on our phones because it wasn't really that holy fuck status.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we did have Beardhausen. Eric Redbeard came back and teamed with Danhausen.
I heard about that.
That was
Yeah.
really fucking cool. It was a good match. Who did they fight? Do you remember? I can't even remember because I was so like.
Was it the Ass Boys?
It was the Ass
I
Boys.
think so. Was it?
It was the
yeah,
Ass Boys.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the Ass Boys versus Beardhausen. It was a good match.
They're just the Ass Boys
They're
now.
just the Ass Boys. So yeah,
They
they're
should
they're
be
that
Ass
forgettable.
Boys.
I get.
Shouts out to Danhausen for giving them that fucking name.
The mixed,
Well,
the
technically,
AAA
Peter-
mixed tag
Peter
titles.
Avalon's taking
Fuck
the,
Peter Avalon. We're not talking about
He's
Peter
taking the
Avalon.
credit for that.
We're not talking about that
He's the
pile of
fucking
crap.
goat,
We're
okay?
not talking about
Hey,
Peter
I
Avalon.
thought you were sitting
We're
out for
not
this
talking
one.
about Peter Avalon.
You didn't watch Rampage.
Brody, how was your day?
You got it.
So the mixed tag title, the AAA mixed tag title match was pretty dope. Sammy
Yeah.
and Tay, of course, retain.
Getting we're getting a trios championship in AEW, man. Fucking like I like that.
Yeah, the AAA.
No, not
Mixed
the
tag.
AAA.
Yeah, the
Fucking-
AAA mixed tag title.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah.
No, you pile of shit.
We're
Fucking-
talking about two different boats right now, bro.
I wish you would just shut up.
I wish you would just let me.
Yeah. You
Say-
remember?
What do you have to say, matey? Come-
I was talking about the mixed AAA, the AAA mixed tag title match, And you're like, yeah, the trios titles. No, I'm talking about the match that Sammy and Tay had on Rampage.
I was just making a comment about the trios that it's fucking happening. You know, like
That's cool.
That has nothing to do
so
with
just shut the
what
fuck up.
we're talking
All right,
about.
let's move on.
You remember like fucking 2 minutes ago when you're like, I didn't watch Rampage, I'm gonna sit out.
No, straight
And then
up.
you just did
Straight
not.
up.
You just did not.
I don't, man. Like,
You did
I
not
can't.
sit out whatsoever.
I cannot sit.
So what's going on with her last name? Is that his shoot last name?
It sounds like she's going back to. No, her last name is her. It's like her real name. I think that's what they're going with now. Is her real name.
Are you talking about
Her shoot
Yeah.
name?
Conti?
Yeah.
Conti was her ex-husband's fucking last name, and she stuck with that. That's what I read.
That was her wrestling. Now
Ty
she's going by
Conti.
like Tamara.
Well, she's still going by Ty. She's
Oh,
just
it's
changing
Ty,
her last
it's
name.
Ty something, yeah.
Ty-
And I was like, what's going on with that? Like, is that his shoot last name? Or is
No,
that,
Conti was her ex-husband's last name, and she kept the name, so she's changing her name because obviously
Yeah.
she married Sammy Guevara or fucking whatever. So
Yeah.
she
Yeah, we're
changed
trying
her
to
last
figure
name.
out what
and
the
she
last
doesn't want to
name
be
is.
Ty Guevara, which I don't understand why, but maybe Tiger Vara.
Ty Guevara is actually, it's not terrible.
And
Yeah.
I
It's not
think that's
awful.
a good place to end this goddamn
Yeah.
Tiger Vara. All right.
No,
Tiger
the main
Vara,
event,
that's
real
sick,
quick.
dude.
I mean, because also I remember being like, I'm going to graze through Rampage real quick, and then everybody was like, boom.
No,
we're
I was
all
with
gonna
you
talk.
on. I was with you on Rampage.
So, main event, real quick, was awesome because it was Orange Cassidy versus fucking somebody else. But the takeaway that I'm getting to here is when Mark went for his line, Orange Cassidy, or they cut a promo on Orange Cassidy, and then Orange Cassidy was turned to speak, and he's like, well, looks like we've had enough talk. And Mark Henry's like, yo, that's my line. So that was the takeaway from the main event because it wasn't that great of a match. at all.
well, this
do you
has
remember who it
been.
was?
This has been.
It was that the new trio squad. You had Slim Jim and the
Oh,
new UFC.
So it was
monster-
Ari Devar.
Yeah.
Ari
Fuck
Devar.
is Slim Jim.
Dude, you're
Slim-
telling
it's
me.
Slim J. It was
Slim J.
Ari Devar is in AEW now. Way to be, up with the product. But
Yeah, do
Ari
you
Devar
watch
is in
wrestling?
AEW
I don't watch
now,
AEW.
and he's got a new little faction, and it's.
Well,
Why don't you just shut the fuck up?
That's been
damn it.
enough talk. Thank you
Well-
guys so much for listening to the wrestling
No, fuck
portion
you.
of the show.
Looks like we've had enough talk.
we,
Piles of shit.
we love you.
No, fuck off.
How was your day, Cash?
It was fucking better before I came here.
Welcome, everyone, to Nerdy News with Rhodey and Cash.
Welcome, everybody, to a very interesting, awesome episode of Nerdy News with
Yeah, man.
my buddy Cash.
And with me, as always, is the roadie.
Yeah, no, we have a very special episode. This episode's kind of dear to me. I love this.
Yeah,
It's gotten me through a
Yeah,
lot of
we,
times in my life.
we were recording with the two other shitheads a few days ago, and me and Rhodey got to talking while we were outside, and we kind of went on a bit of a Dragon Ball conversation, and about maybe a couple minutes into the conversation, we both kind of went, no, this is episode material. We should be talking about this. We should be talking about this on the fucking show. Like, why are we talking about this right here? Like, this isn't the time to talk about this. So today it's not so much a nerdy news, but we're going by our secondary moniker, which is nerding out. Which I'm going to throw that down a little bit here and there and see if Gio's fucking head explodes. It's still nerdy news, but nerding out is kind of our secondary name. So this is an episode of Nerding Out. So we're not doing news today, no news today. We're going to do a bit of a topical episode, which is going to focus entirely on an anime that is very near and dear to our hearts. Very maybe distinguished as maybe one of the greatest, if not the greatest, action anime of all time, which is Dragon Ball, and I'm referring to Dragon Ball as a whole. I'm talking the entire
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai, I don't even want to talk about GT, but we'll talk about GT.
We're not talking. We can talk about it, but I don't really want to talk about it. Toriyama wasn't involved with GT, so that's always been kind of like meh. Like I want to talk about Toriyama's works,
His
as opposed to talking about GT, which had
Some
absolutely
great value.
nothing to do with Toriyama. There was some great shit in GT, but it's just not really worth talking about. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Rhodey, where did you start with Dragon Ball? Do you remember when you first started watching Dragon Ball as a wee lad?
Oh, dude, I was so young. My cousin, he was a bit older than I am, and he got me into it. And as a young, I started with Dragon Ball Z, of course. But then, and then as time went on, it wasn't very long because I wanted to know the background, of each character more and more. And so my cousin was like, "Oh, you watch Dragon Ball," and that's where it all started. Was Dragon Ball, and I probably binge watched that entire show.
So you started more Dragon Ball than Dragon Ball Z? Because I did the backwards thing.
Yes.
I started
well,
backwards.
like I said, I probably watched, it was probably a little bit into the Saiyan saga. So it wasn't even far when I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then, then I went to the Dragon Ball and started at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I have kind of it's kind of a similar story, but I didn't go back to Dragon Ball till years later. I couldn't have been more than maybe 10, 11 years old, if that, something like that. But that's back when Cartoon Network was still airing the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball, which a lot of people get kind of confused about. Oh, well, Sean Schemmel and fucking Christopher Sabat were the original voices for Goku and Vegeta in America. That is not true. Absolutely not true. The Ocean dub came first, and that was the first taste of Dragon Ball Z that American audiences got, and that's how I was introduced to Dragon Ball. So, like I said, I couldn't have been more than 10 or 11 years old. And it was right in the midst of the Saiyan saga, like right around that time, and after that, I was hooked. And then Toonami started, once Dragon Ball Z.
That's where I got a lot of my Dragon Ball Z. Every night I would stay up. I would make sure to stay up until like 11 o'clock.
Well, back in those days, Toonami was still a Friday afternoon thing. Like, you'd get out of school, and I was probably 6th or 7th grade, something like that, but you'd get out of school on Fridays, and Toonami would be Tenchi Muyo, Yu Yu Hakusho, Trigun, Outlaw Star. Like, you get some just
Zoids.
amazing, just some incredible stuff used to drop on Toonami. But obviously their flagship show was Dragon Ball Z. Like, that was the flagship. I distinctly recall being with my friends when we first got, they kept announcing that Goku was finally going to turn Super Saiyan, like it was finally going to happen, which it had already happened. It had already happened 10, 11, 12 years earlier for Japanese audiences. This was nothing new for them.
That's true.
But for us, American audiences in 1999 99, 2000, this is the first fucking inkling that we've gotten of that next transformation. Goku's first, you can't really call Kaioken a freaking, it's not a transformation. No. It's a power-up. Whereas, Super Saiyan is his first legitimate transformation into something else. Outside of, obviously, outside of his ape form, which is, a different type of transformation. But, yeah, man, it was almost 25 years ago when I first started watching Dragon Ball, which is unbelievable to me now. Thinking about it now, in retrospect, 25 years with Dragon Ball is just kind of unbelievable.
Crazy.
Rhodey, What would you say is your favorite arc? What is your favorite all-time favorite Dragon Ball arc? Because I feel like everybody's got a different one.
Arcs as in, like, you mean like the sagas?
The sagas. Okay. You could talk sagas, or we could talk about what your favorite battle was.
Okay,
I've got a couple of them.
I got a list of them.
But yeah, there's but I think arc is a pretty good freaking question. Arc is right where we need to be. So what was
my favorite? Probably my favorite fight. I'll start with my favorite fight. Would happen to be the Vegeta Goku fight in the Buu saga.
Ah, you asshole! You took my answer.
Majin Vegeta and Goku.
Yeah, yes. That is the pinnacle fucking Vegeta Goku fight.
I'm a Vegeta guy. I'm a fucking Vegeta guy. And when he
a lot of us are. I was too.
And then after that fight, and then there's that scene where he's about to do his final explosion and take out Majin Buu, and he fucking first time he ever hugs his kid, and fucking dude, I was like, Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, has emotions. Like, give him a round, everybody.
That's one of my favorite lines from Dragon Ball, where he told Trunks that you've made me proud. That was like, oh man, like that was a tearjerker moment for sure. But Goku Vegeta, I believe that was their second fight. So yeah, Goku Vegeta. When Vegeta turned into Majin Vegeta, that's absolutely up there. That's a sleeper, man. Everybody talks about, fucking Goku versus Frieza or Gohan versus Cell, or, which
matches.
are great.
Great
I mean,
all on their own.
Classics.
Yes.
Classics. But when you really think about probably the best just all-around fight, it was that second battle between Vegeta and Goku, which the first one is fucking iconic also. First one is also iconic. That was, I mean, you can talk for days about some of that shit, but that one is just a sleeper. And what always kind of cracks me up about it is that Goku could have ended that fight in the first 5 minutes if he had really wanted to. Yeah. He could have ended it. He could have ended it right away because he had already figured out the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. He'd already figured it out. He just hadn't done it yet. So he had already had an additional level of power, and
he just never got into because he
just didn't use it, which comes back in the story later because Vegeta's fucking pissed off whenever he comes back from the dead, or he's still dead, I think. I don't think they'd brought him back yet, but he comes back and he's freaking pissed because he found out about Goku's Super Saiyan 3 transformation, and he made him look foolish. Like, you made me think I could win this fight. You gave me hope that I could finally beat you, and I was still never close. I still wasn't close. And he is still fucking 35 years later, whatever it's been, still second best, and it pisses me off. Like, it really pisses me off.
So, as I said earlier, I'm a huge Vegeta fan. They have done nothing for my guy. Nothing for Mike. Yeah, sure. They gave him a cool.
They've given him some new transformations. Yeah. He's gotten a couple cool ones.
But other than that,
Ultra Ego's his current big.
And we'll get into that in just a moment.
Yeah,
also.
We'll talk Super here in a little bit.
But my man, whenever my guy goes up against any main bad guy, he gets tossed around.
Yep.
Every time, knowing
every single time
his strengths, equal to or above, he still gets tossed around. And then, fucking don't even get me started when he met Brawly. He fucking about pissed in his pants. But still,
he did.
Holds up to be my number one guy.
Oh, you're talking about the first Broly fight, the first one in the movies, right?
Yeah.
Like the films. Which we get Broly is he's canon now in the Dragon Ball universe, but Akira Toriyama completely rewrote his backstory,
which I love.
Which is
way better.
I think it's I think it's great, and I thought Dragon Ball Super Broly was incredible.
Oh yeah,
it was fucking incredible. But I did like Broly's original backstory, where he is just a power hungry fucking psychopath
monster of
where he fucking crumbles his fucking dad in the spaceship, like, and fucking kills him.
That was
Like,
intense.
oh my god, just so brutal.
Yeah, but
like, his Broly,
but
yeah, wasn't canon for the longest time.
and he non-being canon, the guy got 3 different movies.
He did 3 Broly movies and was not canon because the films, historically, the films were not originally a part of the canon. They were alternate universe, separate shit. Like, what was the first one you watched? What was the first fucking Dragon Ball film you can recall
Tree of
watching? Tree of Might was mine also, which give some love to fucking Turles,
Yeah.
man. I wish they'd bring him back because he was such a good. I mean, yes, he's kind of a carbon copy of Goku in a sense that he looks
Just like him.
He's a tan Goku, basically, fucking tan Goku.
Yeah.
But I thought Tree of Might was amazing. There's been so many of them,
Oh,
like
BoJack?
fucking the Garlic Jr. movie was up there. Fucking BoJack the Pirate or whatever the fuck his name. Yeah, BoJack.
You got
BoJack was up there.
Coola's, the Cooler movie with all the meta Coolas.
Yes, the cooler flicks.
Both of them.
The Android 13 film.
That was it.
was
That was the first Dragon Ball Z movie that I bought was Super Android 13 or Android 13.
Super Android 13.
Yeah.
Super Android 13 was really good. That was no, it was definitely up there. But I think we skipped right over the question of the sagas. Which one is your favorite?
Oh,
which one?
That's so hard though. That's so hard because so you
Oh,
got
I've already picked mine. I already know
Well,
what the fuck. I immediately.
so
know
you
what it
got Saiyan Saga, you got Frieza Saga, you got the androids,
Yep.
you got the Cell, and then you got Majin Buu.
Majin Buu saga, and then you can talk about Tournament of Power
Okay,
and all that
so we're
shit
talking-
later on for the Frieza secondary Frieza saga when Frieza comes back in Super
F.
God of Destruction, the Beerus saga. Yeah, there's been a ton of them.
I would have to go with. I'm gonna go with Buu. Buu Saga.
Buu was your favorite?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
Buu was your favorite.
Only because so season, you got the Saiyan and the Cell Saga or the Frieza Saga. Those were good, but they were just fucking drawn out. And I get it. There's a lot of information to be spilled out into those episodes. But it's just But once you get to the Buu Saga, I mean, everybody's already fucking powerful up. Everybody, it's like fighting the main boss of the fucking the game, right? Everything's already there.
I think my only real
Plus, you got
issue with the
fucking
Buu saga,
Ultimate Gohan, bro. Oh, fuck you.
the story was that Akira Toriyama-san, the creator, the story is that he had intended on leaving Goku dead. That was the story. Yeah. That was originally the intention, was that he was going to leave Goku dead, that he wasn't going to bring him back for future Dragon Ball shit. I guess the focus was supposed to be on Gohan moving forward. Yeah. Like, it was going to be on him. But I guess Japanese audiences just freaked the fuck out about the potential possibility of Goku being permanently dead and not coming back.
Dude, you can't kill someone like Goku, son, because he's a fan favorite.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the most beloved characters in anime, in all of animation, if we're being real. Freaking, he's one of the most absolutely beloved. So
horrible father,
killing Goku off permanently.
Amazing anime character.
Awful dad. The worst dad in the history of animated television. He is awful. Spends no time with his kids. A terrible husband and father. Spends zero time with his family. Fucking does not raise his children. Will just up and leave and disappear for fucking years on end. Yeah. Years. And nobody ever says shit. And this is why people sit there and go, fucking Piccolo was a better dad than fucking Goku was. I mean, if you watch some of the shit in Super, Piccolo is babysitting Pan. Like, he's helping fucking Gohan and fucking Videl raise Pan. He's helping them raise her. It's just,
Bro, honestly,
it's unbelievable to me.
If you lived in a world with a Piccolo in it, would you want anyone else to babysit your kids?
Fuck no. He raised. Well, I mean, if you're,
I mean,
we're
he's
not
not
talking
very-
Demon King. We're not talking Demon King
No,
Piccolo.
we're talking Piccolo.
We're talking Piccolo.
Yeah.
Like, so Demon King
Well,
Piccolo
that's what I'm saying.
was
Would you
a-
want anyone else
just-
to watch your kids? Because you know that he's an angry motherfucker, and he's not going to let anything bad happen to him. Although
No, of course
he
not.
might leave him in the
But
woods for fucking 9 months out of a time.
Well,
But
shit, that's fucking training sick, and look how goddamn tough Gohan ended up becoming because of that. So, you know,
Think about this:
fucking fair play
Gohan
to-
was only 5 years old during that part of the show. 5 years old,
yeah.
4.5 to be honest. At the beginning,
He was 4.5, 5 years old, and I mean his internal power was already what 6,000 or 7,000, something like that. Like he already had just this godlike fucking power. He was already far stronger than his dad or fucking Piccolo, because I think if I remember correctly, fucking Goku's power was 1,250. I think it was like back in the initial Saiyan saga, whenever fucking Raditz shows up.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive 1,250 is the number. So yeah, I mean at that point in time, Gohan, his internal power, his ability that has not been unlocked yet, already far surpasses Goku's and Piccolo's, which is why Piccolo takes him on in the first place to train him, because he saw it. You know, he goes, this kid is we're gonna need him when the fucking Saiyans show up. But yeah, he left him out in the fucking woods for a goddamn year. But I mean, you can't blame him because it toughened Gohan the fuck up.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So
We totally
let's-
skipped. What's your favorite saga?
my favorite saga is Android leading into Cell.
Okay.
Those are my two. Like I just kind of put those sagas together. And if we're gonna be real, let's include Trunks. Whenever Trunks shows up, we'll include the Trunks shit in there as well, because it's all a part. It's all a part.
I always thought at the moment Trunks showed up and destroyed Frieza in his metal form, that was the start of the Cell saga, and it basically is. It's just
the start of the Android saga.
Yeah, but the Android saga is only like 20 episodes long, and then it gets into the Cell saga,
Maybe.
which is the most of the series.
The Cell saga and the Android saga have always really been one and the same to me.
Yeah.
Like they always have been,
You can't
because
have
they're
one without the
really. Yes, it's the same story. It's one cohesive story that's split up into two separate sagas, which never really made any sense to me. But I mean, it does.
Well, I guess one's
it does what
focusing
it's supposed
more
to do.
on the androids, and the other one's focusing more on Cell himself. So it makes sense. It does.
But I got to give shouts out to fucking History of Trunks, because that is still my favorite Dragon Ball movie to this day.
Dude.
It is still my favorite Dragon Ball film.
That's for those who don't know. That's the story of how Trunks becomes Super Saiyan and a badass.
And it's such a great
sad.
story too. Freaking how in that alternate history, the androids killed
Goku.
everyone, killed everybody.
Vegeta.
I mean, Goku dies. Goku dies beforehand from the heart disease, and then everybody else dies fighting the androids. And the only two left are Gohan and Trunks. The only two left alive, which is fucking. It just the storytelling was so great. And they get back to Trunks later on in Super. Comes back in Super. That's the Goku Black storyline, which I loved it.
Oh.
I fucking loved the Goku Black story.
I
thought it was so great, because at different times you're just kind of sitting there going, fuck, how are they going to kill him? Like, how the hell are they going to be able to do this? Like, because he was an immortal.
Honestly, I didn't burp. I didn't know how they were fucking going to. I didn't. But then the nearer the season, I was like, okay, I kind of got an idea.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to give any spoilers away right now, because it is.
No,
Yeah.
for the people that haven't watched it yet. But, God, if we don't talk about Super for a second, and the latest... Well, let's get into the movie for a second. There is a movie dropping this weekend for American audiences.
Already seen it.
It is called
Dragon Ball Superhero.
Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Superhero, which the story is focused entirely on Gohan and Piccolo. If I'm not mistaken, Goku and fucking Vegeta aren't even in that shit, are they? Like, aren't they off? They're off planet, like training or something.
Yeah, they're
right?
off planet. Well, this is the part that I love about the entire movie because I've already watched it. I
haven't watched it yet.
I watched the dub version, so it is what it is. Super good.
The dub or the sub?
Sorry, I watched the sub version. It was good. I loved it. A lot of people hate on the animation, and it's kind of hard to swallow. But once you swallow,
yeah, the 3D animation style is fucking weird.
But once you swallow it, dude, it just feels natural. Like 15 minutes into the movie, it feels natural. It's fine.
It follows, like, isn't it? It's 2 new androids, right? Aren't they Red Ribbon androids?
So yeah,
like they're Red Ribbon Army, right?
That's what I was saying. I'm sorry, I lost track. But no, that's the best thing about this whole movie is Goku and Vegeta are off planet training with Whis on the planet of whatever. But they're also training with
Beerus' planet.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. But they're also training with Broly.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard that they've brought Brawly into their fucking training sessions,
so
which I think is pretty fucking cool.
After you see him in the movie, and then he beats up fucking Golden Frieza, and we'll get into a little bit of that here in a moment, also. But So after the movie, him and Goku became friends, like Goku fucking does with all his bad guys, tries to befriend them.
Yeah, with every antagonist he has now, even him and Frieza aren't fucking like. Even him and Frieza are kind of cool, not really, but kind of.
Yeah, they're trying to think of someone else that reminds me of him, like a love and hate relationship.
Very much.
But yeah, that was the thing. It was like seeing them all train is just like that's so sick. Especially if Broly goes. Think of Broly going Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan.
And that's the biggest thing with Broly is that Broly's power is all just his unique power to him. That's not training. That's just Broly's power, which is kind of unfucking believable. And this is where I sit there and if Broly put some legitimate time into training the way that Frieza did, or the way that
Vegeta, or
like
Goku,
Jiren or Goku, Vegeta. Put some legitimate time into training, I don't think anyone could fuck with him.
No.
I don't think there's anyone that could fuck with him.
Well,
legitimately.
So, I got to talk about it now because we're talking about this. The rumor has it, it's not even a rumor, it's out there, we have Black fucking Frieza. Black Frieza.
Frieza, yes.
Spent 10 years in a, I cannot pronounce this word without fucking it up.
Hyperbolic time
Thank
chamber.
You. That's why I have you as my co-host, buddy. What's up? Spent 10
Hyperbolic
years
time
in
chamber.
one of those, just training. So we found out that with only a couple of months of training, Frieza could go from his final form to his golden form.
Yeah,
and he even said
that was three months.
He even said in his movie, like, imagine if I had all this time. Imagine how powerful I could be. Well, we fucking get it now. We find out.
Yeah.
Black Frieza. I'm excited. Frieza's probably my favorite bad guy.
Oh, he's everybody's
right?
favorite. Fuck yeah, he's everybody's favorite bad guy for sure. But 10 solid years of training from Frieza. Like 10 years. I mean, he trained for 3 months. He had never trained a day in his life, which is kind of the big thing with the story arc, is that all of his power is just natural power. That's just the power that he has. But he said he had never devoted any time to training. He trains for 3 months. No, he didn't have to. He was already the most powerful being in the universe. He didn't have to train. But 3 months of training, and he had a form of power that was on par with Super Saiyan Blue, which is unfucking believable. Just Golden Frieza was a level of power that could rival that level of power.
Which took Goku and Vegeta an entire lifetime to achieve.
Yes, to get that strong. So Frieza training for 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber, I don't know. The only thing that I can potentially think of, and this is what just popped into my head, that just makes sense to me is that you get the Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego forms of Goku and Vegeta to fuse. So you get this Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego fucking form of Gogeta. That's the only thing that makes sense. Like that's the only thing that makes sense that they could potentially stop him is they fuse with the power of ego and with the power of fucking instinct, and it just comes together in Gogeta. Oh my god. Like, I just got fucking chills thinking of that, which I hope that that's what Toriyama's doing.
Would be
I really do.
It really would be.
And I can't say that I followed along with a lot of the manga that's been coming out recently. I have heard that they are planning on rebooting the series, that this was a short 2 to 3 year break, whatever it's been. They were going to take a quick break from the anime. What I've heard is that they're supposed to go back to Dragon Ball in 2023. That the series is supposed to be coming back. Which, if that's the case, god damn it, you better fucking follow up on the arcs that have been happening in the manga, because it's really fucking exciting.
So far, I
There's
have
some great shit.
I have 4 of the super mangas, and they're pretty much to par with the show, right?
Okay.
So I'm assuming that if we do get another series, it's going to continue on to after the power, because Goku meets a couple of guys that are stronger than, like, almost as strong as him and Jiren. Vegeta learns Vegeta learns
Ultra Ego.
No, he learns that. But what's that? Instant transmission. Vegeta.
Vegeta I heard that. I heard
goes
that
to the planet and learns that technique.
Goes to planet Yardrak and trains with them and ends up learning how to do instant transmission. Which I think is pretty fucking rad that Vegeta has that ability now.
But here's this. I'm glad you brought this up to this whole new series coming up, because with a whole new series comes a whole new series of video games.
Oh yeah,
which
that was kind of the the catalyst of me and Rhodey getting into a Dragon Ball conversation was the video games, which you kind of there's been so many over the years.
Good, some
and
bad,
most of them
great.
Most of them have been very specific to Japan. A lot of them have. A lot of the earlier titles, because there were games on the original PlayStation, there was SNES, there was just a ton of titles got released on those systems, but they never came to America. Like, there was none of those titles. I mean, because American audiences really didn't follow Dragon Ball yet. Not really. So those titles were all released in Japan. And ultimately, we didn't get a legitimate Dragon Ball title in America until 2001, 2002. And that was the original Budokai game. Which, man, I'll never forget.
That was a little later than 2001, 2002. Because I was like...
It couldn't have been.
I was like... I was probably 12 or 13.
The OG Budokai, 2001, 2002.
Okay.
That has to be right, because
maybe my time's always off, so that makes sense.
Let me see, because I've got to look at it. I mean, that's why we have the fucking internet, so we can look things like this up. But I'm almost positive that's right. The OG.
Did I used to have a? While you're looking at
2002.
Okay, yeah, it was 12.
2002.
That makes sense. That was one of the great series, the games.
Oh yeah, Budokai, and then Tenkaichi. Budokai went into Budokai Tenkaichi, which, man, I'll tell you what, fucking Budokai 3. I was a senior in high school, and that was our game.
Oh,
that was mine and my buddies. That was Budokai 3 was the game that we would go back to. We'd get out of fucking class, we'd go back to my house, we'd smoke a bunch of fucking weed, and then we'd start playing Budokai. Like, we'd throw on Budokai 3. But I had the transformations down so solid that I could power up, transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, fucking do the fusion, turn into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and win a fight within fucking 45 seconds. Like, legitimately. So I had it down so bad that I wasn't allowed to play my buddies. Because it was
my cousin and I were very similar. But at the beginning of every fight, we would allow us time to charge up to get to max form, then battle it out.
To transform, yeah.
Because no one wants to
Yeah.
battle it out and then transform throughout the fight. That's just a waste of a fight. I want you at your max. Oh, man, God. That
Yeah.
game was so
Yeah.
good. Every character you could possibly think of was in that game. And then some.
And then you got the Tenkaichi series, which
Oh, that was
honestly I
another
loved.
fucking
I
great
loved
series.
loved Tenkaichi. And I mean after Tenkaichi 2, it kind of becomes
The same thing.
hit or miss after that. It's there were a couple good games here and there. I mean like Burst Limit came out and shit.
Okay.
Xenoverse
Xenoverse. Okay. Xenoverse 2. The only thing.
this
Go ahead.
The second Xenoverse was definitely better than the first one.
Yes.
I didn't love the first one. The second one was an improvement, so I will give it that.
Well, see,
I
the-
think
The thing I like about it is the fact that you could create your own character, right? So you could
Yes.
go from any kind of character, from a human, Saiyan, a Frieza kind of like a character, a Namekian. Namek, I don't fucking know where I was going with that.
Namekian.
A Boo kind of like series guy, and like it's just, and then you could customize them, like your clothing, the way you look.
Yeah.
That's what got me. I was like, this is dope. And the storyline was pretty whatever. I have a thing with time travel.
It's okay. It's all right.
Game fucking breaks it constantly, but the fact that you could do like fights with the DLC is where it gets me. That game has amazing DLC, and it still is coming out.
Xenoverse 2, yeah, still getting regular DLC. They have not stopped. Like, it is still getting I mean, that game came out, 3-4 years ago?
2016?
And it is...
2017?
People are still playing it. It is still getting regular DLC releases, which, hey, man, I'll give them credit for that all fucking day. Because, I mean, yeah, it's still getting regular releases. People are still playing fucking Xenoverse. Which is great, man. Like, I mean, it's good. It's not my favorite game.
No,
it's not.
I
but
prefer
it's
Kakarot
good.
Over it.
Kakarot is the. I swear to God, and I sat there, and after Kakarot dropped, I was like, they do not have to retell this story.
Never again.
Ever again. Like, you don't have to. You guys crafted the Dragon Ball story, Dragon Ball Z specifically. You did Dragon Ball Z from the beginning to the end. You did the super arcs, like the super arcs that were out at the time. So they released the super arcs. You don't have to go any fucking further than that. I mean, honestly, as far as retelling the story goes, the only thing that I would really like for them to do is release a goddamn sequel that fucking follows up with the rest of Super, that continues with the Super storylines. Because there's so much that fucking happened. There's so much to continue talking about. You've got Tournament of Power. You have fucking the Goku Black storyline. The shit with Hit was very, very good. There's still so much. So there are still stories to tell. But they're coming out with some shitty freaking new Dragon Ball game in the next couple of months. Well, I saw it.
Well, before we get into that one, I want to say some stuff about Kakarot. The game one should be called Dragon Ball Z, like the story of fucking Gohan, because you're Gohan about 80% of the goddamn game because Goku's dead majority of the game.
Oh, you're talking, yeah, you're talking about for Kakarot. Yeah, you play as Gohan for a pretty fair amount of time. Right? You do play as Goku a lot too, but you do play as Gohan for a pretty fair amount of time.
Also, and then like, how is this game gonna be the most recent game Dragon Ball Z has out to date, but is still not making DLC for it? Making DLC for fucking Xenoverse. Stop making DLC for Xenoverse. Make DLC for fucking Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Give me the fucking Tournament Power. Give me the Frieza. Give me the fucking anything besides fucking nothing.
Well, you do have those. So they did release DLC. They released a couple DLCs to where they released the Trunks DLC, which was the History of Trunks story told in DLC form. So they did release History of Trunks.
Okay.
You got
the Golden Frieza saga.
The Beerus stuff, the Beerus, the original Beerus freaking story. They did that one for the first. It was the first Super movie and the first arc in Super.
Yeah.
So they did the Beerus film, and then they covered Frieza. So we did get some DLC, but they said that they were stopping, which didn't make any fucking sense to me. It's like, why would you stop there? Like, you just got to the point where now you're getting into a lot of the super shit. Like, tell the rest of the fucking story. And the only thing that I can think of that makes any sense to me as far as why they would have stopped is that they're planning on releasing another game that covers all of that shit.
I can see that.
But what I think they need to do is fucking, well, shit, let's go back and cover some of the fucking stuff from Dragon Ball. Because they've never released a goddamn game for Dragon Ball. The original. It's never happened. Which I don't understand. Like, I get that the power levels are more exciting, the fights are more exciting in
Dude,
Z.
no, because
and
I would love to get a storyline with fucking Ader, bro. Ader fucking stole my heart.
Oh, he was great. Ader's like, he's not the original android, but he's the first automatomic or whatever the hell that word is, fucking autonomic. Like,
He's basically a fucking android.
He's the first android that could think for himself. That fucking was self-aware.
Yeah.
Fucking, he was the first one.
So
yes, Ader's
but, like,
the
that's
first
a great
one.
storyline. The storyline of fucking what's his name, Emperor Peepow or Papu or
Pilaf.
He's fun. Fucking when fucking the pig guy made the Dragon Ball wish for the softest pair of underwear, like, bro, that's all good storyline right there that could be made in the game.
You're talking about Oolong.
Yeah.
Oolong.
It's all good storylines that can be made in the games. I get what you're saying.
It was a lot more pervy back. It was a hell of a lot more pervy back then. Way more pervy in the fucking 80s. Like Akira Toriyama had a... You remember that whole thing where he takes off Bulma's panties because he wants to sleep on her balls?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, this is the weirdest fucking... He said, I used to sleep on my grandpa's balls because they were warm, so I want to sleep on Bulma's balls. It's like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell? Like, I thought it was a fucking meme. Like, I was like, dude, somebody's fucking doing a voiceover dub of this shit. No, that is 100% in the story. I was like
sleeping on balls.
I'm going to sleep on fucking Bulma's balls. Like, what the hell?
Oh, it's
like,
great.
It's so fucking weird. Like, very, very strange. But that was the 80s, man. I mean, this shit came out 40 fucking years ago. So, yeah, I mean, you gotta, appreciate it for what it is at the time, but it got so much better with Z.
Oh, it did.
As far as Super goes, I really hope we continue to get more story. For those of you that are listening, if there's anything that we happen to miss, if there's anything that we didn't talk about, fucking let us know, and we'll come back and we will reassess at some point down the line.
Oh yeah.
Rod, I don't have much in the way of news this week. Like, I don't have anything, to be honest. I'm sure news things happened. Oh, She-Hulk fucking dropped. Or is dropping tomorrow.
Oh, dude, I'll watch it.
Is that right?
Sure, I don't know, but I'm going to watch it.
She-Hulk is dropping this week.
Sure.
I'm pretty convinced of
well,
that.
I'm
like
pretty
that,
sure it's either today or tomorrow because Disney Plus likes to drop their shows on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
So I believe, She-Hulk either dropped today or it's dropping tomorrow, but it's getting good reviews so far. Like, they said the visuals that they released in the first trailer, they're not the same. It says it's better. With the series, the visuals in the series are much better than what got released in the trailer. But apparently, it's getting great reviews. I
totally forgot all about her as a character. I know we've done
She-Hulk?
episodes about her. Yeah, I've recently
we talked about She-Hulk.
I've recently gone back and read up some stuff on her. So I'm actually kind of fairly excited to see what she can do or what they're going to do with her, more or less. So
yeah. So I'm stoked about She-Hulk. I'm looking forward to the series. I still have not watched Ms. Marvel. I still haven't watched it, and I don't know what's holding me back from watching it. Why I haven't watched it? I've been gaming so goddamn much lately that maybe that's what it is.
Turn on
like
your
I stayed up
Switch,
till
put it on as background noise and play your Switch. And then you'll be
I've turned myself back into a Switch gamer recently because all I've been doing is grinding on Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one. Because I wanted to start the third one, but I was like, God, I never even finished the fucking first one. So I bought the first one again. I purchased the second one, so I'm gonna play that too. and then I'm going to jump onto the third one, which, you know, with most RPGs, you don't have to play them in order. There's no set order. The characters are always different. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I still want to play all 3 of those before, you know, or the first 2 before jumping into the third one. But, man, I checked my time today. I'm at 45 hours. I'm maybe halfway through the game. Maybe halfway through at 45 hours. I've been grinding, dude, just knocking out side quests, side questing my ass off, because every time you complete a side quest in this game, it gives you massive fucking XP. Like, you get a ton of experience for knocking out side quests, and a lot of them are fucking hidden. Like, you have to go find the side quests. So I've been playing through side quests. Halfway through the game, I'm already not
8 times in a matter of 30 seconds. I'm over this.
Yeah. Grinding through fucking side quests, man.
Side quests, brah.
But I don't even think I'm halfway through yet. I'm pretty sure there's like another 9-10 chapters to go, and I'm already at level 51.
Jesus
so
Christ.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm already at level 51. I was like, shit, I could beat this game right now with where I'm at with in terms of fucking power. But I'm gonna keep doing the side quests. I want to max out my fucking characters. Like, I want them maxed.
No.
So I'm gonna max out my goddamn.
I do the same thing with the games. I always max out my
Which
guys as best I can.
All of your other characters get new swords and shit. They get new weapons. Like, your main character, Shulk, he doesn't get a new sword. Like, his sword is the Monado. From the beginning till the fucking end of the game is the Monado. That's his sword. So, and it's rad. The Monado just keeps getting more powerful as the game goes along. So,
Hey.
if you haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles, Jesus Christ, to play that game. It is so much fun.
With that being said,
Just a fucking blast.
With that being said, don't forget to check out our buddies' Cosmic Soup recording podcast.
Yes.
They do what
every
we do,
Thursday at
but a
3
little
o'clock.
different.
Yes, so yeah, absolutely check out Jeremy and Guyver. They do a fantastic job on their show. Again, that is Thursdays at 3, so shouts out to the boys. Rhodey, I don't have anything else. So
Dude, I tell you what I got right now. I got a
of-
fucking sleepy butt. My butt fell asleep.
Yeah.
I fucking tell you right now.
It's sitting-
my whole butt is
Just
asleep.
sitting in that fucking chair.
Yeah. That being said,
Yeah.
I'm fucking gonna stand
I'm gonna
up and
go-
get the fuck out of here. I hope you guys have a great night. Fuck punk rock talk.
Yep.
Fuck
fuck punk
We'll
rock
see
talk.
you guys on Through the Table.
Yep, on behalf of the Rhodey and myself, this has been your weekly dose of nerdy news.
Good night, everybody. Fuck Gio.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
If you're looking for any audio recording or you'd like to record your own podcast, please visit Cosmic Soup Recording, where you can turn your ideas into reality. Whether you're looking to record one song or a whole album, Cosmic Soup Recording will fit any budget. For more information, visit CosmicSoupreCording.com or call or text at 480-331-7687. That's 480-331-SOUP. Also available on all social media. Cosmic Soup Recording is located in Phoenix, Arizona, near 24th Street and Thomas. Call now for a free quote or to book your session today.